When do you decide in this chain of events, you're not going to do this from DFW anymore?
Man, I'm a guy that knew early on that I didn't want to stay in Dallas. I had this vision of living in the Caribbean. Maybe I saw one too many Corona commercials, but there was just something that enticed me about living in the Caribbean and being on the water. And because I'm an outdoors guy, I didn't really get much replenishment in Dallas. Even though it's a big city, there's not a lot to do, right? Just the typical grab a cup of coffee, go to dinner, see a movie, etc. And so I had written that down literally kind of on my vision board. And probably about 3 years before I moved, we made a pretty heavy shift into the virtual world. At that time, it was really more of a newer concept. There wasn't a lot of people doing this, but I knew that there are certain freedoms that exist. You know, we're all into real estate for freedom of time. And we also get in to have freedom of resources, to be able to spend our money on the things that we value most. But another freedom that I've always personally held to is freedom of location. I don't want to run a business that locks me into a geographical area, because I believe that there's value in changing our environments. People change us, environments change us. And after as long as I had been in Dallas by that point, 12 years, it was no longer challenging me. I don't know, Mitch, you lived where somewhere so long that you don't even look to the right or the left when you drive, because you just have everything memorized. And that's where I found myself. And I was like, you know what? This environment isn't sharpening me anymore. And at this point, we had pretty much gone 80, 90% of our staff were virtual. And I was showing up every day at this big office with just a few of us left. So we had a big office with everyone in there, and we had made that transition. I remember thinking to myself, why do I need to be in this office? And everyone else who worked for me was like, Chris, we're all virtual. What are you still doing in Dallas? And so at that point, I took a vacation down to Tulum. I instantly fell in love, and my wife and I literally packed up everything and moved within 90 days of the first time we visited. And sometimes you just got to go for it, make a decision and make it happen. So we did, and we've been down here 4 years.